Hello everyone, namaste. Welcome to my channel. It's Chitra here. I hope you all are doing good. Have you ever wondered why do millions of people rush to buy gold on one particular day? Why do people start new business, buy homes, vehicles, or even get married without checking an auspicious muhurta on this day? And why is one single day believed to multiply everything you do? Well, today we are uncovering the incredible mysteries behind Akshaya Tritiya, one of the holiest and most auspicious days in the Hindu calendar. But here's the exciting part: Akshaya Tritiya is not just about buying gold, it's about hope, generosity, and new beginnings. It's about blessings that never diminish. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why this festival has remained special for thousands of years. So grab your favorite snack, sit back, and let's begin our journey. Let's first understand the name itself. The word Akshaya comes from Sanskrit. A means not, and Kshaya means decline, loss, or destruction. So Akshaya literally means that which never decreases. It signifies things that continue to grow forever: prosperity, happiness, knowledge, charity, good karma, love, health, blessings. Everything done with a pure heart on this day is believed to produce everlasting positive results. Now let's understand the second word. Tritiya, the third lunar day after the new moon. So Akshaya Tritiya is celebrated on the third day of the bright fortnight in the month of Vaishakha. Together, Akshaya Tritiya means the third lunar day of eternal prosperity. Isn't that beautiful? According to the Hindu calendar, it falls every year during Vaishakha Shukla Tritiya. In the Gregorian calendar, it usually falls during April or May, depending on the lunar calendar. Since the Hindu calendar follows the movements of the moon, the exact date changes every year. But no matter the date, its importance remains unchanged. Now, here's something fascinating. According to Hindu tradition, on Akshaya Tritiya, the sun and the moon are believed to be in one of their most beneficial positions. The sun represents energy, power, confidence, and success, while the moon represents peace, mind, emotions, prosperity. When both heavenly bodies are favorably aligned, their positive energies are believed to bless the earth. That is why Akshaya Tritiya is considered a day filled with good fortune, abundance, success, prosperity, and endless blessings. And this is also why many people believe that no separate auspicious muhurta is needed on this day. The day itself is considered sacred. Did you know the Hindu calendar has countless festivals, but only 3.5 days are considered universally auspicious? These are called the Sade Teen Muhurta. They are Gudi Padwa or Yugadi, Akshaya Tritiya, and Vijay Dashmi of Dasara. And the half auspicious day is Bali Padyami during Deepavali. These days are considered so spiritually powerful that people traditionally begin important activities without searching for another auspicious time. It is believed that divine blessings naturally flow on these sacred occasions. Now, here's the question everyone asks: why do people buy gold? Why open a business today? Why buy a vehicle? Why purchase land? Why register a company? Why begin studies? Why invest? Why perform weddings? The answer lies in one beautiful belief: anything started on Akshaya Tritiya is believed to grow continuously. Just like a tiny seed becomes a huge tree, a small investment, a new relationship, a business, knowledge, or even a simple act of kindness is believed to multiply over time. That's why families often choose this particular day to buy jewelry, purchase a house, buy a vehicle, start construction, begin education, launch businesses, invest money, and begin spiritual practices. The focus is not merely on wealth, it is on creating something meaningful that grows with time. Now, you may wonder, these are beautiful beliefs, but where did they come from? That's exactly where the stories begin. Ancient Hindu scriptures preserve remarkable legends that explain why Akshaya Tritiya is regarded as the day of inexhaustible blessings. From Indra reigning his kingdom to Mother Ganga descending to earth, from Lord Krishna's boundless generosity to Goddess Annapurna feeding the entire world, every story carries a timeless lesson. Indra regains his kingdom. Imagine this: the mighty king of heaven, the ruler of the Devas, the fearless Indra, running away, as usual, hiding inside a lonely cave. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? No, it does not. But that's exactly what happened. According to the Skanda Purana, Indra committed a grave mistake. Ashamed of his actions and fearful of a sage's curse, he lost his divine strength, honor, and authority. With their king gone, chaos spread across heaven. The Daityas or demons seized the opportunity and took control of Swarga, the celestial heaven. The gods became helpless, so they turned to Brihaspati, the guru of the Devas and the regent of Jupiter, for guidance. Brihaspati advised Indra not to rely on weapons alone. Instead, he instructed him to perform charity, sacred rituals, and sincere prayers on Akshaya Tritiya. Indra followed this advice with humility and devotion, and something remarkable happened. His lost strength returned, his courage was restored, he defeated the Daityas, and peace returned to heaven. What does this teach us? Real victory does not always come from power. Sometimes it begins with humility, repentance, and selfless actions. This is why Akshaya Tritiya is considered a day when sincere efforts receive lasting blessings. The descent of the sacred Ganga. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the magnificent river Ganga flowing gracefully from the heavens to earth. According to the Hindu tradition, Akshaya Tritiya marks the sacred descent of the river Ganga from Swarga to Bhuloka, bringing purity, life, and blessings to humanity. Her waters are believed to wash away negativity and inspire spiritual renewal. This is one of the reasons why many devotees take a holy bath in rivers on Akshaya Tritiya or offer heartfelt prayers to Mother Ganga. The deeper message: just as a river keeps flowing without expecting anything in return, kindness and compassion should also flow continuously through our lives. The birth of Parashurama. Now let's meet one of Lord Vishnu's most unique incarnations, Parashurama, the warrior sage carrying a mighty axe. His name itself means Rama with the axe. He is revered as the sixth incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Parashurama appeared during a time when many rulers had become corrupt and abused their powers. He stood for justice, discipline, and dharma. Through courage and righteousness, he restored balance to society. His birth anniversary is celebrated on Akshaya Tritiya. The lesson: power should always protect others, not oppress them. True strength is guided by wisdom and responsibility. The beginning of Treta Yuga. Hindu philosophy describes time as moving through four great ages known as yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. According to tradition, Treta Yuga began on Akshaya Tritiya. Treta Yuga is remembered as the era in which many great events unfolded, including the lives of Lord Rama and several revered sages. Its beginning symbolizes a fresh chapter in the cosmic cycle. This is another reason why Akshaya Tritiya is associated with fresh starts. Every ending can become a new beginning. Every new beginning carries endless possibilities. Here's a story many people connect with the tradition of buying gold. Meet Kubera, the divine guardian of wealth. According to Hindu tradition, on Akshaya Tritiya, Lord Shiva appointed Kubera as the treasurer of Swarga. From the day onward, Kubera became the custodian of divine wealth and abundance. Because of this association, devotees pray to Kubera on Akshaya Tritiya, seeking prosperity not merely in money but also in wisdom, generosity, and contentment. And here's an important reminder: buying gold on Akshaya Tritiya is a beautiful tradition, but the true wealth celebrated on this day includes a loving family, good health, knowledge, integrity, compassion, and a generous heart. These are treasures that never lose their value. Thousands of years ago, the great sage Vedavyasa wished to preserve the incredible story of the Mahabharata for future generations. But there was one problem: the epic was enormous. Who could possibly write it all down without making mistakes? So, sage Vyasa approached Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles and the deity of wisdom. Lord Ganesha agreed, but on one condition: I will write continuously. If you stop dictating even for a moment, I will stop writing. Vyasa smiled and accepted, but he also made one request. Before writing each verse, you must fully understand its meaning. Lord Ganesha agreed. As Vyasa narrated the epic, he occasionally composed deep and complex verses. While Ganesha paused briefly to reflect on their meaning, Vyasa gained just enough time to think ahead and continue the narration. In this way, the Mahabharata, the world's longest epic, was completed through the perfect partnership of wisdom, patience, and understanding. According to tradition, this sacred work began on Akshaya Tritiya. What can we learn from this? Knowledge is one of the greatest forms of wealth. Money may come and go, but wisdom stays with us forever. Perhaps that's why so many students choose this day to begin their education or learn a new skill. Now let's travel to the forests where the Pandavas were living during their exile. Life was difficult. The five brothers, along with Draupadi, had very little food. Yet, every day, guests, sages, and travelers would arrive at their humble home. Draupadi wanted to feed everyone, but she simply did not have enough. One day, Lord Krishna visited. Seeing Draupadi's concern, he blessed her with a divine vessel known as the Akshaya Patra. This was not an ordinary pot. It produced an endless supply of food. No matter how many hungry people came, the vessel kept providing meals until Draupadi herself had finished eating for the day. No guest left hungry, no sage was turned away, no act of hospitality was interrupted. Now, here's something beautiful. The miracle was not just about food, it was about compassion. The Akshaya Patra reminds us that when generosity comes from the heart, abundance follows. And perhaps that's why Annadana, the donation of food, is considered one of the greatest acts of charity on Akshaya Tritiya. After all, a full stomach brings both comfort and hope. If someone asked you, what is the greatest gift you can give? Would your answer be gold, jewels, money? Let's see what Lord Krishna thought. Sudama was Krishna's childhood friend. Unlike Krishna, who became the king of Dwarka, Sudama lived in extreme poverty. His clothes were worn, his home was a tiny broken hut. His family often struggled to find enough food. One day, urged by his wife, Sudama decided to visit Krishna, not to demand riches, but simply to see his dear friend. Ashamed of having no proper gift, Sudama carried only a small handful of flattened rice, puha or avlaki, wrapped in an old cloth. When he arrived at Krishna's palace, something extraordinary happened. The mighty king, Lord Krishna, rushed forward, embraced Sudama with tears of joy, washed his feet, and welcomed him with love of a lifelong friend. Krishna noticed that the little bundle hidden behind Sudama had puha. Smiling, he gently took it and exclaimed, "My dear friend, you've brought me a gift?" He happily ate the simple handful of rice as though it were the finest feast in the world. Sudama could not bring himself to ask Krishna for help. Embarrassed by his own poverty, he simply spent time with his friend and returned home. As he approached, He stopped in amazement. The old hut had disappeared. In its place stood a magnificent palace. His family was healthy, happy, and dressed in beautiful clothes. Without Sudama asking for anything, Krishna had blessed him with abundance beyond imagination. What makes this story so special? It teaches us that the value of a gift is never measured by its price. It is measured by the love and sincerity with which it is given. A handful of rice offered with devotion become greater than mountains of gold. That is why Akshaya Tritiya reminds us of the importance of dana, selfless giving. Whether it's food, time, knowledge, kind words, or help for someone in need. Every act of generosity has the power to create endless blessings. The goddess who fed the world. There was once a time when the world faced an unimaginable crisis. Food disappeared, fields became barren, people were hungry, even the gods could not find nourishment. According to Hindu tradition, this happened after goddess Parvati withdrew from Mount Kailash, causing the world to lose its balance. Without food, life itself began to fade. Seeing the suffering of all beings, Goddess Parvati took a compassionate form known as Ma Annapurna, the goddess of food and nourishment. She descended to earth and made the sacred city of Kashi, the Varanasi, her home. There she opened a divine kitchen. No one who came to her door was turned away, rich or poor, king or beggar, sage or ordinary person. Everyone received food with love. Even Lord Shiva himself came before Goddess Annapurna with folded hands and accepted food from her. Imagine that, the great Lord Shiva asking for food. Why? Because this story teaches us something profound. Knowledge may guide us, wealth may support us, but food sustains life itself. Without food, nothing else can survive. That is why Indians say Anna is Brahma. Food itself is sacred. This is also why Annadana, the donation of food, is considered one of the highest forms of charity. On Akshaya Tritiya, countless people organize free meals, distribute groceries, or feed those in need. Because when you feed one hungry person, you nourish not only their body but also their hope. The story of Kanakatara Stotram. Now let's travel back over 1,000 years. A young monk was walking from village to village, living on alms. That monk was none other than Adi Shankaracharya. One day, on Akshaya Tritiya, he arrived at the house of a poor woman. She welcomed him with respect, but there was a problem. She had almost nothing to eat. She searched every corner of her tiny home. Finally, she found a single amla, Indian gooseberry, one fruit. That was all she owned. Yet, without hesitation, she offered it to the young monk. Think about that for a second. She did not give from her abundance, she gave from her poverty. She gave with complete faith. So, deeply moved by her generosity, Adi Shankaracharya closed his eyes and composed a beautiful hymn praising Goddess Lakshmi. This hymn became famous as the Kanakadhara Stotram. Kanaka means gold, Dhara means a flowing stream. According to tradition, Goddess Lakshmi was so touched by the woman's selfless charity that she blessed her home with a shower of golden amlas, ending her poverty. What is the lesson here? The miracle was not created by the fruit, it was created by the intention. One tiny gift given with love can invite immeasurable blessings. That's why Akshaya Tritiya teaches us that charity is measured by the heart, not by the amount. Did you know that in many parts of Karnataka, Basaveshwara Jayanti is also celebrated on the day of Akshaya Tritiya? Let's meet the remarkable man behind it. Jagatjyoti Basaveshwara, lovingly known as Basavanna, was a 12th century philosopher, poet, social reformer, and statesman. He served in the court of King Bijala in Kalyana, present day Basava Kalyana, Karnataka. But Basavanna was not remembered because of his position. He is remembered because he has transformed societies. At a time when discrimination based on caste and birth was deeply rooted, Basavanna courageously declared that every human being deserves dignity and respect. He believed that no work was inferior, whether a person was a farmer, a potter, a blacksmith, a teacher, or a king. Every honest profession was sacred. He beautifully expressed this through the principle of Kayakave Kailasa, which means work itself is worship. He also encouraged another principle, Dasoha, meaning share your earnings with those in need. Earn honestly, live simply, help others generously. Basavanna established the Anubhava Mandapa, often described as one of the world's earliest spiritual and social assemblies. People from different backgrounds, including women, laborers, saints, scholars, and artisans, came together to discuss philosophy, equality, devotion, and social justice. Through his simple yet profound vachanas, short poetic teachings, Basavanna inspired people to reject discrimination and embrace compassion, honesty, humility, and service. Isn't it amazing? Centuries ago, Basavanna taught values that are still relevant today. Respect everyone, work with integrity, share what you earn, stand against injustice, and see God in every human being. These ideals perfectly reflect the spirit of Akshaya Tritiya because true prosperity is not measured by what we collect but by what we contribute to society. Now let's experience Akshaya Tritiya just like a traditional Hindu family, from sunrise until bedtime. What happens? Why do people perform these rituals? And what do they symbolize? Let's begin. The day begins before sunrise. Families wake up early, clean their homes, and prepare themselves for the sacred day. Many people take a bath before sunrise as a symbol of washing away negativity and beginning the day with purity. They wear clean or new traditional clothes. Think of it as pressing the refresh button for your body, mind, and soul. A new day, a new beginning, a new opportunity. After getting ready, families gather in their home shrine. They light lamps, offer flowers, burn incense, chant Vishnu and Lakshmi mantras, especially Vishnu Sahasranama, Shri Suktam, Lakshmi Ashtottara, and Kanakadhara Stotram. The prayers express gratitude and seek blessings, not only for wealth but also for wisdom, health, harmony, and righteous living. Remember, prosperity is not only about having more, it's about appreciating what we already have. After prayers, families enjoy a light breakfast. Depending on the region, dishes may include avlaki, idli, pongal, fruits, milk based preparation. Breakfast is often simple because many families continue their worship before preparing the festive lunch. Now comes one of the most beautiful rituals. Families prepare akshate. But what exactly is akshate? The word akshata means unbroken. Whole rice grains are mixed with turmeric and a little water or ghee, creating sacred yellow rice. The rice symbolizes prosperity, completeness, blessings that never diminish. During prayers, the akshata is offered to the deities and later gently placed on the heads of family members as a blessing. Such a small handful of rice, yet it carries such a powerful prayer. May your happiness remain whole and never diminish. After completing the home rituals, many families visit a temple dedicated to Lord Vishnu and Goddess Lakshmi. They offer flowers, fruits, coconuts, and akshate while praying for righteous living and lasting prosperity. Some devotees also visit Shiva temples, especially where local tradition connect Akshaya Tritiya with Lord Shiva or Parshurama. The temple visit is not only about asking for blessings, it's also a moment to pause, reflect, and express gratitude. This is probably the tradition most people recognize. Jewelry stores are filled with visitors. Families purchase gold, silver, new vehicles, homes, land, kitchen utensils, farming equipments, books, business tools. Many entrepreneurs launch businesses, students begin new courses, artists start creative projects, farmers sow seeds, families perform housewarming ceremonies. People often ask, do I have to buy gold? Not at all. The deeper belief is to begin something meaningful. The true wealth lies in creating a positive beginning with sincere intentions. One of the most sacred traditions of Akshaya Tritiya is Annadana. There is an old saying, Annadana Mahadana. The gift of food is the greatest gift. Across India, devotees organize free meals, distribute milk, offer fruits, donate groceries, provide drinking water. Many temples, charities, and communities arrange meals so that no one goes hungry. Remember the stories we heard? The Akshaya Patra, Goddess Annapurna, Sudama. Every one of them reminds us that sharing food creates blessings that never diminish. After completing the rituals, family gather for a delicious festive lunch. The menu varies across regions but often includes dishes such as holige, payasam, lemon rice, coconut, puliogre, steamed rice, sambar, vegetable curries, vada, kosambri, pickles, and papad. Meals are shared with family, friends, neighbors, and guests, reflecting the spirit of togetherness. Now let's pause for one final thought. Is Akshaya Tritiya only about buying gold? No. The stories you have heard throughout this series teach something much deeper. Indra teaches humility, Mother Ganga teaches purity, Parshurama teaches righteousness, Kubera teaches responsible prosperity, Vyasa and Ganesha teach the value of knowledge, the Akshaya Patra teaches generosity, Sudama teaches selfless friendship, Goddess Annapurna teaches that feeding others sustains the world. Adi Shankaracharya teaches that even the smallest gift, offered with sincerity, has immeasurable value. Basavanna teaches equality, honest work, and sharing with society. When we bring all these lessons together, we discover the real treasure of Akshaya Tritiya. Not gold, not silver, not riches alone, but a heart that never runs out of kindness, hands that never tire of helping, a home that always welcomes others, knowledge that keeps growing, faith that remains strong, and love that never diminishes. That is Akshaya. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful journey through the history, legends, and traditions of Akshaya Tritiya. If you enjoyed this series, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment on my videos. Share this video with your family and friends so they too can discover the deeper meaning of this sacred festival. Until our next cultural journey, I'm your host Chitra, wishing you and your loved ones belatedly a joyful, prosperous, and blessed Akshaya Tritiya. Namaste.